Welcome everybody to the 2012 Much Games Hall of Fame inductions. And I'm just calling out 112 here with two other members of the crew here. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I have a fan NF, aka the Show Off 84 on Twitter, and we also have
Mr. Kirby 0063. That's also my Twitter, so you don't have to worry about it. It's not that confusing.
The only reason I said Show Off is because my Twitter is different from my YouTube name. But anyway, without further ado, we are going to give you a little list of the top games that we picked and one that was done by the fans for the Much Games 2012 Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So without further ado, I'm going to announce the first game, which is a fan choice game that we did a little while ago. And it's one that's a very popular game for the Nintendo 64, and that would be Donkey Kong 64. Like I said, it was voted on by the fans. Obviously, it's Donkey Kong.
Yes. After the Banga scandal, with one of his votes, this is going on at the same time. His 9,000 sub tournament.
Yeah,
after the scandal, we halted it. That one had the most votes.
Yeah. We kind of figured we might get the scam effect that Bonga has experienced a few times in the past, so we changed it up a bit and figured we're going to stop now, and it was Donkey Kong.
But it is a good game overall, and Zeo Lightning's LPing it now. Bonga LP'd it. And the person that's going to be LPing this, when she can get a chance to, will be Colette.
Because we already asked Zeo Lightning, and he doesn't really want to do it again, and Bonga said he doesn't want to do it again. Now, push came to shove, and we had no choice. They would probably step up, but they gave it to someone else, and Colette wanted to do it, so she's going to do it. So, that's the first game, so Kirby or Cole, if you want to announce the next game.
Kirby, why don't you go ahead and announce this one?
The next game on the list for the Hall of Fame is another N64 game. I'm not sure how many people have played this game, but it's Goemon's Great Adventure. The titular sequel to... I'm sorry.
I played the game, no, but it's a good game. But anyway, you can give me a synapse of what the game's like.
It's the sequel to the N64 game Mystical Ninja, starring Goemon. And it's the, I don't know what, 6th or 5th game of the... Don't quote me on this. It's like 6th or 5th game of the Mystical Ninja series. And it goes back to its roots with the different stages and platforming. It's a very good platforming game with nice music and a moderate challenge. If you haven't played it before, I urge you to go find a copy and play it.
So, if you're into platforming games, like Mario-type games, even Sonic the Hedgehog, where you're jumping from platform to platform, it's a game for you.
It is. Okay, so I'll take a guess at doing the next one here. This game started off another great series. Once again, we're sticking with the theme of Nintendo 64 here, because this game literally came out for the Nintendo 64.
Before Cole announced it, I will assure you that not all the games on Nintendo 64, actually the next one is not, it's still technically Nintendo, but it's not 64. But anyway, continue on, Cole, with the third game.
Okay, this one is Super Smash Brothers. Once again, it was a great game, fight 'em up styles, one of the first ones featuring all Nintendo characters. And it did start off what is now known as a great series. I mean, look at Brawl, for example.
Well, it's a fantastic game for the Nintendo Wii, and obviously Melee for the GameCube.
Yep. But then now, one of my favorite characters to use in that series. And I like Link and Pikachu in using that game too. So it is a good fight 'em up game, beat 'em up or whatever. Yeah, fighter.
Beat 'em up would be the correct thing. It is beat 'em up. You go through levels defeating each other and challenges and that, but technically it's a beat 'em up game. But it has a lot of fun factors. It's just not beat 'em up. It does have other perks to it and extras to it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's three of them.
And yeah, well, you can go ahead and announce the next one.
I'll do the next one, seeing how this is my favorite series ever. This one here has been remade a few times. It debuted on the Super Nintendo. It also has been on the DS series, and I think it was also on the Game Boy series, the Game Boy Advance series. But anyway, it was Game Boy Advance series actually, and I think DS managed to get it after.
But I don't think DS got it.
Actually, DS has the other two versions before it. I think it might have this one too. Don't quote me on it, but anyway. Final Fantasy VI with the most kick-ass boss, Kefka. You'd think I would say Final Fantasy VII with Sephiroth, but no. Kefka is so demented that just watching him in the game is a fun factor in its own. And it's one of the most highly rated Final Fantasy games ever, and it was recently done by Yuffie Bongo earlier this year. Actually, I think it was his longest LP, or one of his longest LPs.
94
anyway,
videos, I think.
94 videos, so I think it was his longest LP. Unless he's Paper Mario 1000 Year Door past it, which it might have.
No, never.
Okay, well, it came close to it. So yeah, that's the fourth game, Final Fantasy VI for the Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance, and like I said, don't quote me, it might be Nintendo DS also. And it was on the PlayStation 1 as a remake, as part of the Final Fantasy Anthology series. So, number 5.
Number 5 is a fan favorite of a lot of people. It's Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which original Sonic Adventure 2 debuted on the Sega Dreamcast, and it was recently remade. It was remade for the GameCube, and now it's on Steam, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360.
Yep.
And very fun Sonic game. It actually set the standard for 3D Sonic games.
And I actually, speaking of that, Kirby, I just picked that game up a couple of weeks ago off Steam for, I don't know, it was on winter sale. I think it was part of a Sonic winter sale deal. But I just picked up that game, and it's a fantastic game. I even got the GameCube version. I
have it too on Steam for the winter sale.
Yep.
It really, a friend gifted to me, and was like, and challenged me to beat her high scores on on the game. So I'm just gonna be working on that, during the break.
So the next game is gonna be announced by Cole, and it's gonna be one of his favorite series games. I know that.
Well, you like the Final Fantasy series, not like the Legend of Zelda series, so...
I like both series, but I just prefer Final Fantasy over Zelda, but that's to each his own.
Yeah, but everyone can debate which
Everybody
ones
got
they
their
have on
opinion,
that one.
but I still like this game that's coming up.
And the next one, as we continue our Nintendo kind of theme here, this one's The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cat. This one came out with the GBA back shortly after the... If I remember correctly... I'm trying to think back here now. It came before the DS came out. I just don't remember the year. Was it after? I think it was after Wind Waker or after Twilight Princess. One of them.
I think it was 2006, around the time of Twilight Princess.
Could be the year after Twilight Princess if that was the case. Cause
yeah, maybe it was around. It was definitely after Wind Waker, and it was around the time of Twilight Princess.
Yeah, but anyway, the basic logistic of this one is that Link can actually shrink, like with the help of a hat, and you have to stop Vaddie from, basically being Vaddie, who's kind of like a Ganondorf thing. A lot of people remember a lot of people debating this one, saying Vaddie was better than Ganondorf or Ganondorf was better than Vaddie. I really didn't care in the debate. Really, they're enemies, just they're gonna die.
Exactly.
And for the record, this is the second. It's the fourth Zelda game made by Capcom.
Yes.
So, and
Capcom,
catch myself because
Capcom did this one, and I believe they also did helped out on Four Swords and a few other games like that. So yeah, it's the fourth one that Capcom kind of co-opted with Nintendo.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So we're gonna continue on with the next game, I guess. I'll announce this one. It spans many consoles, actually, seeing how it came out. And it also launched one of the best franchise series ever. Another Nintendo 64 game, Mario Kart 64. Like I said, it came out for the N64. It's also a virtual console game. It spanned so many games after that. Double Dash, Wii, Mario Kart 7. There was the Super Mario Kart that came out before it on the Super Nintendo. So the Mario Kart series really ramped up I think it was 1996 when this game came out, and it was second in the Mario Kart series. And a lot of people, it has a lot of fun factors besides racing, like the battle square and time trials with the ghosts. But it franchised off, and there's a lot of companies that have tried to copy it, like Crash Team Racing and other companies have tried using their mascots, but they weren't as successful as this series here.
No, but if you want to know a little tiny little shameless plug here, but Kirby and I, we're both doing the Much Games Versus of Super Mario Kart.
Which I'm enjoying that a lot.
It's very close
also,
between us.
And also, if you watch confirmed games from Cole, you know that this coming year in 2013, he'll be doing it on his channel. And Nufi Bongo has also expressed interest that he's going to be doing it in his channel eventually. And Samurai TX also has done it, and Lancer has done it.
Yes, because Samurai TX has one hell of a moment in that one, Ness.
Yes, you gotta look up one of his videos of it. We might put the link in the description, actually, and you gotta check it out if you haven't seen it. But without further ado, we'll move on to the next game.
Here's the game that I personally never played, but I always enjoy watching other people play. It's WarioWare Smooth Moves. I don't know what to say about this game. It's fun. It's energetic. It's something you don't expect from a game about Wario.
Yeah, I really haven't played it. I really haven't played this game a lot either. I've seen the WarioWare games, but I wouldn't be able to form an actual opinion on how if I like it or not. But it is a fun game for. It has a select audience.
This particular one, I think, is the Wii.
Yeah, I do believe it is the Wii version.
Either way, we'll have the correct consoles and the year and everything in the description anyway.
Yeah, like we said, we're gonna add more to it. Like we said, some of the stuff is like within this video that we're saying is take with a grain of salt. Don't quote us on it. If we make any mistakes, like we said, Cole said. Okay. So let's just wrap this up really quick.
Yeah, we only got 2 more games left to go. So the next one is not a Nintendo game. Yeah, there might be some.
Well, actually, Sonic Adventure Battle 2 was technically a Sega game on a GameCube system, so it's technically Sega.
Yeah, they named it Battle after. It was just originally Sonic Adventure 2 on Dreamcast.
So without further ado, we're going to announce these last 2 games pretty quickly.
Okay, so the next one is Lost Planet, PC, Xbox. Was it Xbox 360 or Xbox? I know it was one of them.
It was 360,
360,
and
360.
I do believe there was a copy of it made for PS3. Don't quote me on this.
Yes, there was.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a good game too. And there's not much I haven't played, but I know it is a good game. It's really worth playing if you ever get a chance to. And for the last one, Kirby, why don't you announce this one?
This game has been in the arcades back when I was a young guy, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have played this game at one point in life. It is Gauntlet Dark Legacy. There was a remake made for the N64, but you got to play the original arcade version. That's where it was at.
No, I remember playing the arcade version. It's better. I find that with some games, the arcade versions are better than the console versions, like the Tekken series. But it is a great game. And if you can find it somewhere in an arcade, I implore you to play it on arcade first.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Before you try the console version. But if you can't get in an arcade, play the console version. It's totally worth the fun factor.
Yep. So that's it for this year's Hall of Fame inductees. Now each of us picked games from this game number 2 announced to game number 9. And well, after a little tiny debate, Kirby came up with a great game of the Gauntlet Dark Legacy. That one's in. We all agreed that should be in.
And the first game I announced was done by the fans, which was Donkey Kong 64. So there you have it. There's the Much Games 2012 Hall of Fame.
Yep.
We are currently revamping our website and changing around. So when we do eventually have that done, you're going to see a complete list on the site plus this YouTube video.
More than likely, it's probably going to be just the YouTube video.
Yeah, but we might mention it on the site. We haven't decided yet. But anyway, there you have it, guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy the the coming LPs on all our individual channels and on Much Games. And
starting
Thanks for watching.
starting in the new year, of course, sticking with the Mario Kart theme, Mario Kart Wii.
Wii. Which is
Oh,
going to be a
dear.
really fun one because we're going to be doing it in a different style, which we will announce in a bit later. So, goodbye everybody, and thanks for watching our Hall of Fame.
All right, peace out, everybody.
Laters.